Greetings, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. My name is Monette. Welcome to my channel. This is my channel, Evolve with Monette. So happy to have you joining me today. We're going to get right into the reading for Virgos, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For those of you that don't know me, I am a professional intuitive empath, and I am going to get into this earth energy for you guys today. If you come upon this reading at any time, it is your reading. It is meant for you. So do not worry about the time frame, though I will let you know for full disclosure, we are in the month of March, okay? So let's see what's coming up as a theme. They're going to have me start with some major arcana for you today, Mr. and Mrs. Virgo. What are some of the themes coming up? Now, this is about abundance. I was hearing a song by an artist in my head that was dealing with abundance, okay? So let's talk about it. I'm going to pull fair, though. I want to pull fair. What that means is there are cards that I feel myself gravitating towards and I don't want them. My angels are like, this is not about you. This is about Virgo. So tell their story. I'm going to tell it. All right. Here we go. We start out with the Hermit card. Let's see what else comes up for you guys. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Angels, show me what I need to know for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm not loving you way I wanted to. Had to run from you. Something about the vibe being wrong. And it haunted me all the way home. All right, guys. Ready to end some cycles here as we're dealing with the world. I didn't pull it inverted, but ready to end some cycles here. All right. Y'all, sometimes I want to sprinkle all of my positive juju, but they're taking you through a thing. They're taking you through the steps of becoming the alchemist. I hear you. All right, angels. I'm on board. I'll be obedient. I wanted to save you from it, but they said no. Let's talk about some love cards because that definitely became an instantaneous theme here. Let's see. These are the two cards that came out for Aquarius. This is interesting. Passion, a magnetic and seductive quality, surrounds you at present, and they want you to enjoy it. Forgiveness, stop focusing your energy on past events. For life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. But I feel like I'm supposed to pull some other cards for you just in case that was from somebody else, okay? I just want to make sure that I'm getting you guys really closed off here, guys. Let's see. Let's see. It's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now's the time to give to yourself. I'm not loving you the way I wanted to. Had to make a move. Had to run from you. I knew the vibe was wrong and it's haunted me all the way home. We're not wrong here. There's a love lockdown happening and that's just been something popping up in my head. We're going to pull one more. Imagine all the unwanted thoughts dissolving into the light, Virgo, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. All right, guys, I already know. Let's talk about it. Queen of Cups, Queen of Emotion, overflowing, willing to give. Let's see what else comes up for you guys. But you're not being treated properly. Hangman here. Hangman here. Upside down, inverted, and going through a sacrificial stage of initiation. But see, when we go through initiation, remember they talked about that, the transformative initiation of the moon. And it's a full moon as we're doing this, or we're coming up to that, okay? So there's some energy, if you happen to see this in the next 24 hours, that you can utilize. See, here's what they're saying they want to take you to. But here's how I pulled it. So that means that we're dealing, and I don't usually read in verses, but I feel like I'm supposed to because I feel like it is very particular for your reading today. They're very much like, let's talk about what fell apart. We fall down, but we get up. Let's talk about not seeing things clearly. Let's talk about things that aren't being said. Let's talk about deception. Okay, Virgo, we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about the Tower, man, upside down. You guys, okay, so this retrograde was a doozy for all of us, but it seems like for some of you that have tuned in, you were dealing with some very heavy energies of transformative change that felt cataclysmic and uncomfortable. Yikes! we're dealing with bondage, we're dealing with 9, we're dealing with endings, okay? So I've got to read what they give me, guys. And they're trying to get you back here, this earthbound connected energy of the Empress, the Virgin energy, the energy of here's the Empress, and she's pregnant, so she's clearly not a virgin. But when I think of Virgo, we think of the Virgin, and we think of that grounded earth energy that is associated with Virgo. But this is what you feel like. Now, Virgo, you guys can sometimes be very introverted. Even though people see you presenting as an extrovert, we know that who is it? Beyonce is a Virgo, right? So she has Sasha Fierce, and then she has Beyonce. So one is an introvert, one is an extrovert. They're talking about that. I'm gonna pull one more card from here, guys, because they're just. This one was a heavy one. Angels, I'm gonna ask you right now to show me clarity for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, so that I can give them some insight into the situation and I can bring some clarity to it. Here we are with 6 of Cups, but what I'm hearing here is about what you're looking back at. What I'm feeling here is nostalgia. I know what it usually means in the upright position, but they're saying that there's something that's being created here, and it's a vortex of I'm looking back at what once was. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, God, I'm gonna pull one more card. Finally, we come back to balance some of this Aquarian energy, but this is again about you becoming the alchemist. This is again about you embodying the energy of here, this magician, the alchemist, okay? Rebalancing your energy. All right, so that's it on the regular tarot. That was a lot, I think. It was a lot, and I kept pulling because I like for a story to be told. And I don't feel like they told me the full story until that last card. Now I see where we're going and why we're healing. I'm going to pull one. Have courage of my angel cards. This is Archangel Ariel. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. And this is also about grounding yourself, getting back to earth, getting back down to the ground. That Empress energy. We're going to pull one out of our numerology deck for you, Taurus. Excuse me, Virgo. My goodness. This is why they took you through the BS. For personal growth. Card of 7, synchronicity, spirituality, things happening on purpose for a reason to get you into a place where you're evolving. One more from there, they said. Healing, my love. We are healing. And let's get one from the animal deck. I feel a lot of ways here. And I am worried for you guys because I feel like you're struggling here. And there's 2 cards that came out for you here with this deck. The first one is the Chameleon. They're asking you to stay in the background and adapt to the situation rather than being conspicuous and attempting to direct the course of events. Now, Virgo, you guys are great at directing things. Bossy. You guys are great at directing things, but they're asking you to really pay attention to that. And then the Elk. Stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. And Taurus, gosh, I don't know. Is there a Taurus coming in for some of you that may have been part of this issue? So just, if that resonates, take it. But I keep saying Taurus, and I mean to say Virgo. So Virgo, this is a theme here. This one's hard, guys. I'm going to get into it, though, because I feel like there's some healing here. Okay, now we're talking to my Virgos. Perfectionism. There you are. There you are. Let's talk. Here's the thing. For some of you, this could be about you reflecting on past relationships, because I see that some of you are not in relationship. So that nostalgia that shows up here, nostalgia ultra, is you just looking back at things. You've been doing some emotional work and healing. You've been trying to bring yourself back into a place of balance, okay, Virgo? And so they said you've been taking a look at some of the themes that caused you to retreat into yourself. Some of you guys have retreated into yourself and you thought it's safer here. It is easier for me to stay my beautiful queen self or king self, sitting on my throne, leaning into my divine feminine and not bothering a soul. And they said, but it's because you felt bound. They said it's because someone flipped the script on you and flipped it in a way where it wasn't anything you could predict, but you had to protect yourself. They said no prediction meant protection, is what I'm hearing. It means that someone hasn't been honest. Now, for some of you in this actual relationship, we're dealing with a marriage that is turned upside down. a marriage that was asked to be reevaluated, and your idea of what should have been. Oh my gosh, let's now hear the story is, and the reading begins. Your perfectionism versus the realities, okay? Because this was the reality. It was an inverse card. Remember I said I don't read inverse, but I felt like I should. The perfectionism versus the reality. They're asking you to release that, because I said in order for you to realize that there was a part of you that agreed to be the martyr. Yikes. Oh, guys, they are doing all kinds of stuff that I don't want to do. But I'm not going to lie to you. There's a part of you that over-volunteered. You were very service-oriented, Taurus, and on some levels you got into a relationship thinking I can be of service, and so you said, I will take the lumps, and I will not engage in a healthy norm of reciprocity, and I will not fully have my needs met, because I love this person, and because I want this. I want the family. I want it upright. I want it healthy. And they said that you were hurt, deeply wounded, and deeply bound. And they said that there's a part of you that wants to change the locks and change the realities. And they said, fall back, blend in. Now it's not the time. They're talking about a season that comes up for you, and they're talking about May. I think that's why I keep hearing Taurus so much. They're talking about May, though it is April and May. We understand, guys. Please don't leave it in the comments. But they're talking about May, and they're saying that that is a time of real transformation. And they said, until May, stand tall, stand in your dignity, and demand your respect, but without really demanding. They said, just maintain your dignity and not demand. That was my word, not theirs. And they corrected me. They were like, that's not what the card says. Maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. And what's happened here as I'm looking at these cards is that the hurt, they're saying it's important right now to take that step back. And that's what they said with the chameleon. That hermit card, you have been spending time alone. What they're bringing you to is a place of reignited passion, which is something you have thought you haven't had. There's a special person watching right now. I know you're all special people, but there's someone who has been alone. And guys, people have accused you of being bitter. People have accused you of being unavailable. People have accused you, specifically, this is a feminine energy. It's a very female empress energy. You're an empress. You're an empress, they say. You're an opera singer. You're not an opera singer. What's the word for opera singer? Diva? You're a diva, I'm hearing. Anyway, whatever. It's an empress. I don't know. People have accused you of being unavailable and unreachable. And listen, in the next 8 months, they're bringing somebody in. I'm excited for you. I felt that. They're bringing somebody in. And you say 8 months. Why 8? Why so long? I don't know why so long. I think you might meet them before the end of the 8 months, but it's happening within 8. And they're saying that it's time for a relationship again. They said you've espoused your theories, you've told friends, you've read the manuals, you've studied and shown yourself approved. Okay. And they said, now we want you to put your money where your mouth is. You've been doing a lot of talking, and that's okay. You're allowed to talk about it. But they said that we want to see if you're going to be able to apply in practical application after hurt, after pain, after forgiveness. Do you have the courage after healing, after the personal growth that you've gone through? Do you have the courage to move forward in love? Do you have the courage to lasso and harness passion? Do you have the courage to know that you've taken the step back? You've moved backwards. Do you have the courage to understand that sometimes releasing those unwanted thoughts will take you to the next step? Do you have the courage to be the Queen of Cups, the person who is speaking their truth, who is speaking their passion, who is standing in their power and not pushing, but saying, you know what? I deserve better. I will have better. I will manifest better. Why will I manifest better? Because I'm going to leave this period behind where I pulled into myself and hid. This is hiding. Sometimes we are being smart when we're not seeking counsel, but here I see it as hiding, so I want to address it. Okay? They said you're coming from this eclipse state. You're coming from this place of depression, escapism, addiction. They're showing substance abuse, opioids specifically for somebody. Some Adderall coming in here as well. Addiction, escapism. Guys, we can run the gamut on addictions, gambling, shopping, food, you name it, sex, you name it. Okay, we can run the gamut on addictions, but there were some specific ones that came up. How have you been dealing with your loneliness? How have you been dealing with your coldest winter? They said it's time to graduate. It's time to leave that behind, y'all. It's time to embody your true power as a Virgo. Being of service to people means that people come to you, and you are the magician. You are the alchemist. You are the creator of your destiny. You are the manifester. You are the powerful person who speaks it into existence. You are circumspect and sharp with your words. You can assess a situation in a moment and break it down. You know who means you well and who doesn't. And even in this situation, for the loss of a marriage or the upside down turning of a relationship, you knew it was coming. And that's why you've been here, they said. You've been here in Nostalgia Ultra, looking back and saying, gosh, I want what I had. I don't even know, some of you say, if what I have or what I dream about is possible. And they said, hush your mouth. What does an alchemist say that they can't do? Nothing. Because what can't an alchemist do? Anything. An alchemist, girl, they got me like the mad scientist creator right now. You can create anything, Virgo. And they said that if you want it, and if you're willing to stand in your power and in your dignity, girl, in your dignity of man, in your dignity, proudly. They say if you're willing to do this, guess what we'll do for you? We will bless you with ideas. We will bless you with downloads, and we'll take you into a future where you can manifest. Love is coming in. New beginnings is just on the top of my deck. They said pull it. They said show it. They said be about it. New beginnings. Ooh, come on now. New beginnings and new adventures await, Virgo. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. The pain of the past is going. You can release it. You've processed it. You've done your work. You are not bitter. You are not alone. You are circumspect. Virgo perfectionism at its finest. You are shining through. And if you could see my desk right now, it would not be Virgo approved with all my cards everywhere. But this is what they want you to understand. You do not have to always exist here. You can exist in a space where you are doing something to know that life is imperfect. It's perfectly imperfect. I will read to you what this card says, though, because for some of you, you're dealing in media, you're dealing in writing and publishing, and they said publish your creative project. Polishing your creative project is fine, excuse me, but don't allow perfectionism or fear to result in procrastination, Virgo. And so if your creative project is your love relationship in that new beginning, no perfect mate exists, my loves. No perfect mate exists. You have to cultivate, communicate, go into it, be understanding that there could be hurt and pain and things that happen. No perfect mate exists. No perfect piece of writing. No perfect YouTube video. I don't even edit my videos, and I'm sure that if I did, I would be ridiculous about it. I do have some Virgo in my chart, but what I will tell you is that it is not always, we can really kind of mind meld ourselves with thinking something has to be just so. Relationships are messy, Virgos, and you hate a mess, y'all. They're like, tell them about themselves. You hate a mess. And sometimes some of you just experience what the mess is, and you're like, this is why I hate it. Do you see this, Monette? I don't want to have to clean this up again. I'm tired of cleaning up after other people. I hear you. And your angel said, let us help you do some of the cleanup. You don't always have to do everything yourself, Virgo. To lasso in and manifest your new beginning, you don't have to be a perfectionist. And when the new love comes for some of you that have been told you are too bitter to receive it, it won't be perfect, but it's still love. It's still what we are telling you we said we'd take you to. You will still stand in your truth and help your partner to evolve as you evolve with them. And true evolution can only happen when you put into practice all of those many words you've spoken. Put your money where your mouth is, Virgo. Your angels are playing no games, and they are fully supporting your move into the messiness of humanity. So glad we could spend some time together, guys. I want you to come back and join me next time. And you know what we're going to do. We're going to continue to evolve together.